Good evening, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. It is Sunday night. It is our DJBS night. Yeah, right here on DJNTV. Tonight we're going to have look at some of the new stuff that came into the office. We got a couple of new things with microphones and such. And then we're going to talk a little bit about where I was last week. You'll see that Jason Jones covered for me. Thanks, Jason. With some of the shows last week because I was in Las Vegas doing, well, we'll talk about that towards the end of this this show tonight. So first off, in our first segment, we're going to look at one of the microphones that came in this week. So what came in this week was kind of a cool thing that I've wanted to look at for quite a while. This is from MXL, the microphone people. This is a shotgun mic. I'm going to hold it up here a little bit more for you. This is the FR310. Little shotgun meant to go on your camera. It's got a cold shoe, but a full-size shoe. Can go camera, microphone in. It's a tip ring sleeve microphone. And I was playing with this last week on the road a little bit to get an idea of what this can do. Actually, this came in a kit for me. It came in a kit that contained also this little wire. And this wire is a tip ring sleeve. For those of you who have cell phones, whether it's an device or even a Droid, you need to have tip ring sleeve to be able to get a microphone to work or headset, what have you, because of the extra connections. So this is a converter, tip ring sleeve to the tip ring sleeve. And it also gives me an extra out for monitoring for little headphones. So that came with this microphone. What I was playing with a little bit is comparing that microphone to one of my favorite, which is the Rode Professional shotgun mic here. Nice little mic. I think these were running about, I think the package of this thing ran in that 200 range, whereas this guy by itself runs in the 200 range. And I'll talk the package. I'll talk about the rest of the parts in the second segment. Quality-wise, surprisingly good. We did a test where we basically would aim the shotgun mic at the person speaking, ta-da, and did the test 1 2 1 2 1 2 test 1 2 to check the cancellation or the noise noise isolation, we'll call it. In many ways, at about 5 feet away, it was identical in capability to the Rode. I was very surprised at that. I expected the Rode is a little bit more popular name in the microphone industry when it comes to shotgun mics for camcorders. Expected there to be a bigger difference between the two, but really it was very similar between the two. Our next test, we had they both mics facing towards me, and then we were testing the side noise cancellation. So I had a person speaking literally right here, and I was speaking here, and then we did our test. Very, very happy with the response. Very similar between the Rode and the MXL FR310. The only difference I really found between the two, well, besides 9 volt, and this takes a, I believe, AAA battery. This is plastic. This is actually metal. Those are small differences. Quality of sound, though, I think the Rode had just a little bit better sound quality. It also has, as you can see, it kind of bounces because it has some shock absorbing rubber bands, for lack of a better way to describe it, but it has a suspended mount so that the microphone can float and you're not going to hear the noise from the camera. The MXL does not have that, so that was an issue. But overall, the sound quality was very close. I give the nod to the Rode. Obviously, for noisier situations on the move, this is going to, being suspended, going to not give you the camera noise through. If you're using like an autofocus, a Canon autofocus camera, not a camcorder, but a camera, and you're getting a zzz and getting movement like that, sometimes that sound can be transferred right through the sky. Because it's all solid, it's all metal, you may hear some noise on that. But again, overall, very happy with the microphone, and I think it's something that if a person's looking for a shotgun mic and you have a situation where you're not going to be moving a lot, you're on a tripod, you turn it on and go in front of the camera and talk. It's, I think, a great mic for on the road, small, the compact unit, and very solid. Let's go to segment 2. Next, new in the office this week is the other half of that MXL system that we were just talking about. This is a camera bracket, we'll call it. But this is, I'm going to give the model right. This is the MMCM001. MMCM001. This is from MXL. And this came as a bundle package with the FR310. And what this does for a person is it allows me, I'll just turn this a little bit, it allows me to take and mount my cell phone. Let me see, where did I put my cell phone here? I'll find that. No, we're going to have to start this segment over. Did I bring my cell phone out here? No, I didn't. Okay, we'll start segment over. Next, we're going to look at something else that was new to the Disc Jockey News offices this week. We are looking right now at a camera bracket. This is a handheld bracket for, well, in this particular case, for cell phones. You can put your cell phone in here. You can tighten this up to snug it up on your cell phone. Let me just set it. You can set the angle of your cell phone, so if you need to have it straight out, typical, or if you need to angle down or up, what have you, a little bit. But the cool thing about this is it gives you two cold shoes to use here. Let's turn it around. Let's go this way so it'll look better. It'll give us two cold shoes. How do you know, why do you need that? Well, it allows you to put what came with it, the MXL FR310. Just a second, I've got to loosen that up. I can put the FR310 microphone right there. Secondly, I could put a light. If I had an LED light that I wanted to use, I mount my cell phone here. It clamps in nice and securely. Very good, solid connection. I can tighten everything up here so it doesn't wiggle, move, what have you. It becomes a very solid. And again, there's lots of flexibility, but it becomes a very solid camera holder for your iPhone device or your Droid, whichever you want to do. It also can be mounted on a tripod. I've got just a small tripod, but it can be screwed in on any size tripod, so you can use this to shoot video. You set it and walk away. But because of adding a shotgun mic, I'm getting a better quality sound from my cell phone, and I'm able to have where it's recording me and getting that isolation up to the side. But this came with that MXL. I bought the whole package online. And then I've got a second one here I wanted to show you. This one is basically just for any type of camcorder. If you buy some of the less expensive camcorders, you can go to some of the big box stores and get a camcorder for $150, $200. They don't come with a cold shoe. So if you want to use an external microphone or a light, it won't work. So you have to buy something like this. I think this package total was around somewhere in that 200 range, mid to upper 200s. It can vary. I've seen it under 2 and I've seen it over 2. But cool thing, if you want to just get something with your other camera so you can put a shotgun mic on your camera, you can go, and I think these are about $10, and it's just a bracket that you can slip in your shotgun mic, or you can put the shotgun mic on the side and a light on the top. You can screw this into the bottom of your camcorder. Then you'll see there's a little hole on the bottom of that, so then you can put this on a tripod, and then you've got your whole system ready to go with a better quality microphone that comes with the camcorder, and it's great stuff for those who want to take and you're out in the field wanting to get better shots. Whether you're taking this out and doing interviews of couples at a wedding, or people at a wedding where you set up a little station, because again with a shotgun mic, I'm going to get great sound in front, but it's going to cancel to the side. So again, at a wedding where it's a noisy environment, something like this would make the video so much better, and it would look a lot nicer than to have the couples handing a microphone back and forth and talking into the microphone. And we've all seen the video where grandma holds the microphone upside down, or the other one she's talking to it. Yeah, so shotgun mics have their use. A couple of brackets that came in. One more time, that bracket was the MMCM001 from MXL. Let's go to segment 3. So last week I wasn't in the office with the Disc Jockey News or Disc Jockey News TV. We were out in Las Vegas covering the National Hardware Show. That's not a DJ related thing. Ironically, we did shoot a couple of DJ interviews for some gear out there that we didn't really realize we were going to run into some things that would fit the DJ industry. So I shot a couple of things. You guys will see those. We'll put those up on YouTube. But what the National Hardware Show is basically any company that wants to sell to hardware stores in the world is there. Obviously focused mainly on the US, but you're talking thousands of hundreds of more than 1,000 what have you booths there. It's covering the North and the Central Hall at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Huge event. A couple of things I wanted to share, because most of the tools, for those of you who are interested in seeing some of the new tools and new things we covered, the other website is weekendhandyman.biz. You can go there, check that out. Or you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/theweekendhandyman, and you can check out our videos. That's not why I want to talk to you. I wanted to share a couple of things that I observed there that is going to fit into those of us who do a lot of different trade shows and events or bridal shows. First off, this is one of the biggest tool shows in the world. Even though it's one of the biggest, I was really surprised at it was fairly quiet. Not just noise-wise, but there weren't any time that I would look down an aisle and see it so full that you couldn't walk through, unless there was an open bar. There were some booths that had open bar, and they had a good crowd. Like as it's getting towards the end of the day, they would have an open bar and some hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, they had a crowd. Otherwise, it was a flow of traffic. A couple of people here, a couple of people there. If you're looking at 10 booths, there might be maybe 6-8 people bouncing back and forth. So there was a lot of standing around time for the vendors, and for those folks who are doing bridal shows and things. And one of the things we hate is, of course, the flow of traffic that's so slow that it's dead. But yet, in this particular case, I would call it not quite dead, but it was slow. And yet, they were spending the time to connect with the people and really engage the people that came through and had questions. And some companies did a wonderful job. Some companies did a horrible job. Some of them, when I went up to talk to them, it was like I was wasting their time. And even though there was a buyer coming right behind me, they did the same thing. Some company, it was like they were treating you like a friend, where it was more of a conversational piece. Hey, can I show you what we do here? We got something that's really kind of neat. So the friendly ones did better. The not so friendly ones, not so good. The people who were standing to the side and looking, welcoming, did well. The people who were sitting behind a table and looked like they were bored or looking like they were not happy to be there, or worse yet, they were eating in their booth. And I know when you're doing a show by yourself, sometimes you do have to eat in your booth, but if you're doing a show, and if you're going to sit down and eat in your booth, don't sit in your booth. Literally go somewhere else. I mean, everyone can understand if you're going to go and you're standing in the back of your booth and quit gobbling down a sandwich, we're okay with that. But when you're just taking your time, leisurely eating, and you're sitting right behind your table, which is up by the front of your booth, it just kind of looks tacky, and a lot of people were literally avoiding that, and that happened a lot during the show because the show ran from morning till evening, so it was going over the noon meal. Anyway, so that was one thing. Another observation with this show is that they've got the different segments. So this was a lawn and garden segment. Here's the tools, and then they had the international segment. The international segment was basically companies that would want to procure business from companies in the United States, but there was a huge Chinese segment there. There was a group from Thailand. There was a group from Israel there. There was a group from Hong Kong there. I mean, it was all of the different countries that we see on the back of our little devices when we're looking at the tags made in da-da-da. They were there. And they had salespeople that were going around to the different booths throughout the place, and they would come up to them and take a look at it, and say, "Oh, look I think we can make this for you cheaper." Literally, you had the people coming from some of those international booths soliciting their skill and ability to the other people who were making. One of them that was kind of cool was a little plastic product that would help you when it came to working with silicone. Cool little thing, but there were, while we were there were two different companies. Well, I believe one was from Taiwan and one was from China, representatives who came up there and were telling the president of the company how much money they could save him by them making that little product and shipping it to the United States. So it was really kind of an interesting thing. I didn't expect that to be that type of a thing, where there was going to be not only them demonstrating their products for us, for the media, and the hardware companies, but also them trying to solicit business back and forth. So that was kind of an eye opener, and probably just me being naive. So, but otherwise, good show. We had a lot of great footage from that. A couple of things. Again, as DJs, we like to do it yourself, and we like to build things. There were some incredible things there. We got to shoot some video of that, and you can check if you want to. Again, youtube.com/theweekendhandyman. You'll be able to see some of that stuff. We'll be putting it up here in the next month or so. Just a lot of really cool things. It was a good time in Las Vegas, but you know what? After going and trudging through the convention center for 2.5-3 days, your guy's kind of tired. So. Well, that'll wrap up our show for tonight. We got just a quick little show. Just talked about a few things. Next, let's actually this week. We've got Monday night, Bill and Jason's show starting at 9:30. Tuesday night, Ben Stowe and I will be live again. Yay! Because again, I'm here. He's here. Hopefully everything will work out. Tuesday night, Ben Stowe. Wednesday night, I think it's my week with one of the companies. We're going to be talking about one of the big companies, talking about some of their new lighting that came in that they're getting ready to ship, because there's some new things that finally are getting ready to ship for some of the big manufacturers, and we'll talk that on Wednesday night. And then Thursday night is our Mobile Music Thursday with Jason Jones, and he's covering some of the songs that are new and coming out. Last week, if you missed that show, go back and check that out. Thursday night show with Mitch Taylor, they were talking about a hot song that's incredibly hot online and incredibly hot in the clubs, but is going to be, my official opinion, kind of a turd at weddings. But yet you're going to have people requesting it, and maybe we're wrong, but it's so hokey, it might be big. It's one of those types of songs. So anyway, check that out. You can go to DJNTV.com. You can go and check out the Thursday night episodes. There's a link up there that'll take you right to that show. So again, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV, coming to you Sunday night. Have yourself a great week.